Stop wasting money on expensive joint creams and protein powders that barely touch your pain. What if I told you that the most powerful foods for arthritis relief and muscle preservation are sitting in the dairy aisle right now, and most seniors are choosing the wrong ones every single day? After the age of 50, your body starts losing muscle at an alarming rate. By 70, many adults lose nearly 30% of their muscle strength, and chronic inflammation begins attacking the joints like rust spreading through an old engine. But new research from the University of Connecticut found that certain probiotic-rich yogurts reduced inflammatory markers by up to 32% while improving muscle protein synthesis in older adults by nearly 20%. That means less pain, stronger legs, better balance, and more independence. And wait until you hear about the #1 yogurt on today's list, because it contains a powerful combination of amino acids and bacteria strains that many rheumatologists rarely discuss publicly, yet it may help aging muscles absorb protein almost twice as efficiently. Before we dive in, I want you to tell me your age and answer one simple question in the comments. What bothers you more right now, your joint pain or your muscle weakness? I read every comment personally, and hearing your story helps this community support one another. Scientific references for everything discussed today are also listed in the description below. Now, let's begin with number 4, because this yogurt surprises almost everyone who hears about it for the first time. Number 4 is Kefir yogurt, and this may be one of the most overlooked anti-inflammatory foods for seniors living with stiff knees, aching hips, and declining energy. Most people think Kefir is simply a trendy drink. It is not. Kefir is more like a living repair crew for your digestive system and immune system. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic reported that the probiotic strains inside kefir can significantly reduce inflammatory cytokines. Those are the chemical messengers that fuel swelling and pain throughout the body. In one study involving adults over 65, participants who consumed kefir daily for 12 weeks reported improved mobility and reduced morning stiffness by almost 24%. Why does this matter so much after 50? Because aging changes the gut microbiome dramatically. Think of your digestive system like a garden. When you are younger, healthy bacteria grow easily and keep inflammation under control. But after decades of stress, medications, processed foods, and antibiotics, harmful bacteria begin taking over like weeds. This imbalance increases inflammation everywhere, especially in the joints. Kefir floods the gut with beneficial bacteria that help calm the immune system and improve nutrient absorption. Now, I remember a patient named Harold from Phoenix, Arizona. Harold was 72 years old, and he told me he could barely climb the stairs in his home without grabbing the railing in pain. He started drinking 1 cup of plain kefir every evening after dinner with a sprinkle of cinnamon and crushed walnuts. 6 weeks later, he returned smiling. He said his knees felt looser in the morning, and for the first time in years, he was walking around the block with his wife again. For the best results, choose plain unsweetened kefir yogurt with live active cultures. Avoid the sugary fruit-flavored versions because sugar increases inflammation and can cancel out many of the benefits. 1 cup daily is ideal, preferably after a protein-rich meal. And here's a powerful synergy tip. Pair kefir with chia seeds because the omega-3 fats help the probiotics survive longer in the digestive tract, allowing them to work more effectively. Now, number 3 may look ordinary in the grocery store, but the science behind it is extraordinary. Greek yogurt could be one of the strongest natural defenses against muscle loss in aging adults. Researchers from McMaster University discovered that older adults require nearly 40% more protein than younger adults to stimulate muscle growth because of something called anabolic resistance. That simply means aging muscles stop responding efficiently to protein. Imagine trying to water a dry sponge. The nutrients do not soak in as easily anymore. Greek yogurt changes that equation because it is packed with leucine, one of the most important amino acids for rebuilding muscle tissue. 1 7-ounce serving of plain Greek yogurt can contain up to 20 grams of protein, far more than traditional yogurt. But it is not only about protein quantity. The probiotics and calcium inside Greek yogurt also help improve mitochondrial health. Mitochondria are the tiny energy factories inside your cells. As we age, those factories slow down, causing fatigue, weakness, and slower healing. Greek yogurt helps fuel them more efficiently. Researchers at Tufts University followed adults between 60 and 80 years old and found that those consuming high-protein fermented dairy products at least 4 times weekly experienced significantly better leg strength and walking speed over time compared to those who did not. A woman named Teresa from Columbus, Ohio, came to see me at age 68 after a frightening fall in her kitchen. She felt weak all the time and struggled carrying groceries. I encourage her to start eating plain Greek yogurt every morning with blueberries and pumpkin seeds. Within 3 months, she noticed stronger legs, steadier balance, and far less soreness after gardening. Her confidence returned because her muscles finally had the raw materials they desperately needed. For maximum benefit, consume Greek yogurt within 1 hour after physical activity, even if that activity is only a brisk walk. Aging muscles become more receptive to protein during that window. And pair it with berries, because vitamin C helps support collagen production, which acts like the flexible glue holding joints and connective tissues together. Before we continue to the top 2 yogurts, take a quick moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Every week, I share evidence-based strategies to help you reduce pain, protect your heart, strengthen your body, and stay independent longer. And if you know another senior who struggles with arthritis or muscle weakness, send them this video today because it could truly change their future. Now let's move to number 2, and this is where things become incredibly interesting. Skyr yogurt, the traditional Icelandic yogurt, is one of the most concentrated sources of muscle-preserving protein available to seniors today. Most people have never even tried it, yet it may be one of the most powerful foods for combating sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle tissue. After age 75, the body can lose up to 3% of muscle mass every single year if proper nutrition and resistance activity are neglected. That loss does not only affect strength, it affects balance, metabolism, immune function, and even survival after illness or surgery. Skyr is thicker than Greek yogurt and naturally lower in sugar while providing exceptionally high protein levels. Researchers from the University of Iceland found that older adults consuming high-protein fermented dairy experienced greater preservation of lean muscle tissue and reduced inflammatory markers associated with arthritis progression. But here is what makes Skyr especially valuable for aging bodies. It digests slowly. Think of it like a slow-releasing delivery truck steadily feeding your muscles amino acids for hours instead of flooding the bloodstream all at once. That steady delivery helps older muscles absorb and use protein more effectively. I once spoke with a retired firefighter named Leonard from Tampa, Florida. At 76, Leonard felt his body shrinking every year. His shoulders narrowed, his grip weakened, and arthritis in his hands made opening jars painful. He started eating Skyr yogurt before bed with sliced almonds and a touch of turmeric. 2 months later, he reported better hand strength, improved sleep, and noticeably less stiffness in the mornings. His wife even joked that he was moving around the house like he was 10 years younger. Choose plain Skyr whenever possible. Aim for 1 serving in the evening because overnight protein intake may help reduce nighttime muscle breakdown in older adults. And here's the synergy secret most people never hear about. Add turmeric with a pinch of black pepper. Black pepper increases curcumin absorption dramatically, turning turmeric into a much stronger anti-inflammatory tool for painful joints. And now we arrive at number 1, the yogurt that may have the greatest overall impact on arthritis pain, muscle preservation, and healthy aging. Goat milk yogurt is the hidden treasure most seniors completely overlook. This yogurt contains smaller fat molecules and different protein structures than standard cow dairy, making it far easier for aging digestive systems to tolerate and absorb. As we age, stomach acid production often declines. That means many older adults cannot break down nutrients efficiently anymore. Goat milk yogurt helps solve that problem while delivering powerful anti-inflammatory compounds and highly bioavailable protein. Researchers at the University of Granada in Spain discovered that goat dairy products improved iron and magnesium absorption while supporting bone metabolism and reducing inflammatory stress. Another analysis published in the Journal of Dairy Science found that goat milk proteins may create less digestive irritation than traditional dairy proteins, especially in older adults with sensitive stomachs. This matters tremendously because chronic low-grade inflammation quietly destroys cartilage over time. Cartilage is like the cushioning between your joints. Once it begins wearing down, movement becomes painful and stiff. The nutrients in goat milk yogurt help support collagen formation, bone strength, and muscle recovery all at once. One of my favorite success stories involves Diane from Asheville, North Carolina. Diane was 70 years old and convinced her active life was over because arthritis pain in her hips kept her awake every night. She switched from sugary breakfast cereal to goat milk yogurt mixed with flax seeds and tart cherries each morning. About 8 weeks later, she called my office nearly in tears. She told me she had walked through an entire outdoor farmer's market without stopping to sit down once. That may sound small to some people, but to Diane, it felt like getting her freedom back. For best results, choose unsweetened goat milk yogurt with live cultures. Eat it in the morning because your body absorbs minerals and protein efficiently earlier in the day after overnight fasting. Pair it with tart cherries because they contain natural anthocyanins that help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress inside aging joints. Here's the truth nobody tells seniors often enough. Your body is not simply wearing out because of age. Much of what people call normal aging is actually accelerated inflammation, poor nutrition, muscle wasting, and loss of cellular energy. The right foods can change that process dramatically. Think about your muscles and joints like an old house. If the foundation weakens and the pipes rust, the entire structure suffers. But when you provide the body with the right building materials consistently, remarkable repair becomes possible, even in your 70s and 80s. And remember, consistency matters more than perfection. You do not need miracle supplements costing hundreds of dollars each month. You need simple habits repeated daily. 1 cup of the right yogurt every day may help reduce inflammation, improve digestion, strengthen muscles, protect bones, and support the independence that every senior deserves. There's another important reason fermented yogurt matters so much for older adults, and almost nobody discusses it. Chronic inflammation does not stay trapped inside the knees or fingers. It spreads quietly through the bloodstream like smoke filling a house. Researchers from Harvard Medical School have connected persistent inflammation with weaker muscles, poorer memory, slower healing, and increased risk of heart disease. That is why reducing inflammation naturally becomes one of the most important goals after 50. The probiotics and proteins in high-quality yogurt work together like a coordinated repair team. One group calms the immune system while the other rebuilds damaged tissue. Many seniors also make the mistake of eating yogurt at the wrong time. Timing changes everything. Your body follows something called a circadian rhythm, meaning digestion and muscle repair fluctuate throughout the day. Morning protein helps stabilize blood sugar and energy levels, while evening protein can help prevent overnight muscle breakdown. Think of your muscles like a savings account. During sleep, the body withdraws nutrients for repair and recovery. If you do not provide enough protein before bed, aging muscles lose more tissue overnight. Hydration is equally critical. Cartilage is composed largely of water, and dehydrated joints behave like dry sponges rubbing together. Whenever you increase protein intake, increase water intake as well. I usually recommend seniors drink a full glass of water alongside yogurt meals to help nutrient transport and joint lubrication. Now there's one ingredient hidden in many commercial yogurts that can sabotage all these benefits: added sugar. Some flavored yogurts contain more sugar than ice cream. Excess sugar increases insulin spikes and inflammatory stress, especially in older adults whose metabolism has slowed. Researchers from Stanford University reported that high sugar intake may worsen inflammatory pathways linked to osteoarthritis progression. Always read the label carefully. Ideally, the yogurt should contain minimal ingredients, live cultures, and little to no added sugar. I also want to address a common myth. Many seniors believe dairy automatically increases inflammation. That is not always true. Highly processed dairy products loaded with sugar and additives can absolutely create problems. But fermented yogurts containing active cultures behave very differently inside the body. Multiple studies from European nutrition institutes found that fermented dairy may actually reduce inflammatory markers in older populations. The key is choosing the correct type and avoiding heavily sweetened varieties. A gentleman named Robert from Nashville, Tennessee taught me this lesson years ago. Robert was 69 and avoided all dairy because he believed it caused his arthritis flare-ups. But when we switched him to plain fermented yogurt with active probiotics, his digestion improved dramatically within weeks. He later told me his hands felt less swollen during the mornings and he had enough energy to resume fishing with his grandson on weekends. Sometimes the body simply needs the right form of nutrition rather than complete restriction. Exercise also amplifies the benefits of these yogurts tremendously. Even 10 minutes of resistance activity can make aging muscles more receptive to amino acids. You do not need complicated gym routines. Chair squats, light resistance bands, walking uphill, or carrying grocery bags safely can stimulate muscle fibers. Then, when protein from yogurt enters the bloodstream, the muscles absorb it more efficiently. Think of exercise as opening the front door and protein as the delivery package arriving exactly when needed. Vitamin D is another missing piece many seniors overlook. Without enough vitamin D, calcium absorption weakens and muscles become less responsive. If possible, combine your yogurt routine with safe sunlight exposure or discuss vitamin D testing with your physician. Researchers from Johns Hopkins found that older adults with low vitamin D levels often experience poorer balance and increased fall risk. Falls remain one of the leading causes of loss of independence after 70. Another powerful addition is collagen-supporting nutrients. Your joints rely on collagen the same way bridges rely on steel cables. Over time, those cables weaken. Pairing yogurt with foods rich in vitamin C, such as strawberries, kiwi, or oranges, may help the body build stronger connective tissue. This is especially important for seniors dealing with stiffness in the shoulders, hips, or lower back. Sleep quality improves healing too. During deep sleep, growth hormone supports tissue repair and muscle recovery. Unfortunately, many seniors sleep poorly because of pain or unstable blood sugar. A small serving of protein-rich yogurt in the evening may help stabilize overnight hunger while supporting recovery. Several older patients have told me they wake up less stiff after adding nighttime yogurt to their routine consistently. Most importantly, remember that the body responds to habits, not isolated efforts. One healthy breakfast will not reverse decades of inflammation, but repeated daily nourishment sends the body a powerful message that healing resources are finally available again. Small changes create momentum. Stronger legs lead to more walking. More walking improves circulation. Better circulation delivers more oxygen and nutrients into damaged tissues. Then pain begins decreasing, and confidence starts returning step by step. I want every senior watching today to understand something deeply important. Independence is built in the kitchen long before it is tested in the hospital. The ability to stand from a chair easily, climb stairs without fear, carry laundry, travel, garden, or hug your grandchildren without pain comes from daily choices repeated consistently. Your body is listening to every meal you eat. Feed it inflammation and weakness grows. Feed it nourishment and resilience begins returning little by little. That process can start today with something as simple as choosing the right yogurt, adding supportive nutrients, moving your body gently, and refusing to accept unnecessary suffering as a normal part of aging. You still have tremendous power to influence your strength, mobility, energy, comfort, and future.